from humble German immigrant to one of the most recognizable names in the world. This is the story of the Trump family, an undeniable saga of ambition, controversy, and power. Their journey, spanning over a century, offers a fresh perspective on the American dream, its complexities and enduring appeal. How did the Trump family, once strangers in a new land, manage to reach such incredible heights? What key moments shaped their destiny? Watch this video until the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We begin the captivating story of the Trump family, from immigrant roots to the heart of American power. Let's go! Alright, our story begins in the late 19th century, a time of immense change and opportunity in America. A nation welcoming waves of immigrants, it pulsed with the energy of dreams and aspirations. Among these hopeful newcomers was Friedrich Trump, a young barber from Karlstadt, Germany, seeking his fortune in a new land. Little did Friedrich know, his journey would spark the beginning of an empire. Driven by an entrepreneurial spirit, he sowed the seeds of a legacy that would span generations and ultimately lead to the rise of his grandson, Donald John Trump, to the presidency of the United States. Friedrich's path, however, wasn't always easy. Like many immigrants, he faced challenges and uncertainty, adjusting to a new culture and language. He started humbly, working as a barber in New York City, but his ambitions burned bright. Seeking opportunity in the booming West, Friedrich traveled to the Yukon Territory during the Klondike Gold Rush. There he found gold of a different kind, catering to the needs of the gold prospectors by opening a restaurant and hotel. This entrepreneurial spirit, passed down through generations, would become a defining characteristic of the Trump family legacy. Friedrich Trump's time in the Yukon, while marked by financial success, was also a time of personal loss. He returned to New York a widower, his wife Elizabeth having died from typhoid fever. Despite this tragedy, Friedrich was determined to build a life in America. He returned to New York where he met and married Elizabeth Christ, also a German immigrant. Together they started a family, having 3 children, Elizabeth, Fred, and John. This second generation of Trumps would play a key role in shaping the family's destiny. Driven by a restless spirit, Friedrich headed west again, searching for new opportunities. This time he settled with his family in Seattle, Washington, where he opened a hotel, catering to the needs of the rapidly growing city. However, the pull of New York City proved too strong. The Trump family returned to New York, where Friedrich continued his entrepreneurial pursuits. He went into real estate, acquiring properties in Queens, laying the foundation for the family's future empire. His sons, Fred and John, would inherit his business acumen, setting the stage for the next chapter in the Trump saga. Friedrich Trump's legacy went beyond his businesses. He instilled in his children the values of hard work, determination, and a relentless pursuit of success. These values, deeply embedded in the Trump DNA, would fuel their rise in the decades to come. Sadly, Friedrich's life was cut short at the age of 49 during the devastating flu pandemic. His untimely death left a void in the family, but his entrepreneurial spirit lived on in his sons, especially Fred, who would become the driving force behind the family's rise in the real estate world. Following in his father's footsteps, a driven and ambitious Fred Trump wasted no time in making his mark on the world. While still a teenager, he and his mother Elizabeth founded Elizabeth Trump & Son Company, using the life insurance money from his father's passing as seed money. This marked the beginning of the Trump family's foray into construction and real estate development, a field in which they would leave a lasting impact. Fred, with his sharp business acumen and unwavering determination, began building single-family homes in Queens, a borough on the cusp of significant growth. The post-war era marked a time of amazing growth and prosperity in America. Returning soldiers created a huge need for housing, and Fred Trump, with his sharp business sense, was ready to meet that demand. He saw the need for affordable homes, and focused on building large apartment complexes for middle-class families. His projects, often called Trump Village, sprung up all over Brooklyn and Queens, providing much-needed homes for thousands of families. Fred's ability to get government loans and navigate the tricky post-war building rules further cemented his reputation as a smart and successful businessman. Fred Trump's construction empire kept growing through the 1950s and 1960s. He branched out, going beyond just apartments and building shopping malls and even an ice skating rink. His buildings, with their brick and practical designs, became a familiar sight in the fast-growing suburbs around New York City. Fred's success didn't come without criticism. Some people said he wasn't fair in who he rented apartments to, accusations that would come up again years later. Even so, he was ambitious and determined, building his reputation as a self-made business tycoon. The rise of the Trump family wasn't without its share of controversy. In 1973, the U.S. Department of Justice filed a civil rights lawsuit against the Trump Organization, accusing them of racial discrimination in their housing rentals. It claimed that the Trumps refused to rent apartments to African Americans and lied to black applicants about apartment availability. Fred Trump strongly denied these accusations, claiming they were baseless and politically motivated. The lawsuit was settled out of court, with the Trumps agreeing to adopt a more inclusive rental policy and familiarize themselves with fair housing laws. This early brush with controversy foreshadowed future lawsuits and accusations of discrimination that would dog the Trump family. Expanding the empire. Overcoming legal hurdles, Fred Trump continued to expand his real estate empire. He passed on his business savvy to his children, especially his son Donald, who joined the family business after graduating from college. Donald, with his flamboyant personality and a knack for self-promotion, brought a new dimension to the Trump brand. Under Donald's leadership, the Trump Organization shifted its focus from developing the outer boroughs to the glitz and glamour of Manhattan. Donald set his sights on acquiring iconic properties and constructing luxury hotels, casinos, and skyscrapers, forever changing the New York City skyline and cementing the Trump name as a symbol of wealth and ambition. The shadow of tragedy. While the Trump family fortune was growing rapidly, tragedy struck in 1981 with the untimely death of Fred Trump Jr., Donald's older brother. Fred Jr., once considered the heir to the family business, struggled with alcoholism and died at the age of 42. His death cast a long shadow over the family, especially impacting Donald, who looked up to his brother. The loss of Fred Jr. had a profound impact on Donald, who, by his own account, vowed to live a life that would have made his brother proud. This personal tragedy, though rarely discussed publicly, shaped Donald's worldview and perhaps contributed to his relentless drive and ambition. The making of a mogul. Donald John Trump, born in Queens, New York, in 1946, was a kid who grew up in the wealthy neighborhood of Jamaica Estates. His father, Fred, a self-made business tycoon, instilled in him a strong work ethic and a relentless drive for success. From a young age, Donald showed an assertive personality and a keen interest in business, often tagging along with his dad on construction sites. Seeing his son's ambition, Fred sent Donald to the New York Military Academy, a prestigious boarding school where he excelled in academics and sports. The academy's structured environment instilled in him a sense of discipline and a competitive spirit that would serve him well in his future endeavors. After graduating from military school, Donald attended Fordham University and then transferred to the Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania, his father's alma mater, where he earned a degree in economics. The art of the deal. Armed with a Wharton diploma and his father's financial backing, Donald Trump entered the world of Manhattan real estate during a time of economic downturn and urban decay in New York City. Undeterred by the challenges, he quickly made a name for himself, using his family connections and his own business acumen to strike lucrative deals. One of his early triumphs was the acquisition and renovation of the Commodore Hotel, a once grand, but by then dilapidated building next to Grand Central Terminal. Trump transformed the old hotel into the gleaming Grand Hyatt, a symbol of the city's resurgence and a testament to his ability to revitalize struggling properties. This early success cemented his reputation as a skilled negotiator and a visionary developer, earning him both admiration and envy in the cutthroat world of New York real estate. From boardrooms to ballrooms. As Donald Trump's real estate empire expanded, so did his public profile. He enjoyed the media spotlight, becoming a social fixture and a frequent talk show guest. His extravagant lifestyle, lavish spending, and outspoken personality made him a controversial figure, adored by some and condemned by others. In 1987, Trump published The Art of the Deal, part memoir, part business advice, which became a bestseller, further solidifying his star status. The book, which outlined his philosophy on deal-making and self-promotion, resonated with a wide audience, cementing his image as a master negotiator and a symbol of entrepreneurial success. Trump's foray into the casino world in Atlantic City, New Jersey, with the opening of Trump Plaza in 1984, further amplified his fame and fortune. A name synonymous with success. Throughout the 80s and 90s, Donald Trump's name became ubiquitous, gracing hotels, casinos, skyscrapers, and even a short-lived airline. He diversified his business interests, venturing into sports, entertainment, and media, always seeking new avenues for expansion and self-promotion. Trump's passion for branding extended to his personal life as he cultivated an image of wealth, glamour, and success. His marriages to Ivana Zelníková, a Czech-American model, and Marla Maples, an actress, were highly publicized, as were his subsequent divorces. Regardless, Trump remained a master of self-promotion, using the media to his advantage, shaping his own narrative and ensuring the Trump name remained firmly in the public eye. Despite his outward success, Donald Trump's business empire faced significant challenges in the 1990s. His casinos in Atlantic City struggled under the weight of debt and competition, leading to a series of bankruptcies that tarnished his image as a shrewd businessman. Critics pointed to his lavish spending, questionable business decisions, and reliance on debt financing as factors contributing to his financial problems. Although Trump managed to salvage some of his businesses and rebuild his fortune, the shadow of his financial troubles lingered. The 1990s also saw a series of lawsuits and accusations of unethical business practices leveled against Trump and his companies, further tarnishing his reputation. Despite the controversies, Trump remained a resilient figure, always bouncing back from setbacks and maintaining an unwavering belief in his own abilities. As the 21st century began, Donald Trump, despite his business troubles, found a new road to fame and influence: reality television. In 2004, he debuted as the host and executive producer of The Apprentice, a reality show where aspiring entrepreneurs competed for a chance to work in Trump's organization. The Apprentice became a ratings hit, taking Trump to a whole new level of popularity. His signature phrase, "You're fired," instantly became iconic, and his image as a tough, no-nonsense businessman resonated with a wide audience. The show's success demonstrated Trump's natural understanding of media and his ability to captivate viewers, skills he would later use in the political arena. While The Apprentice cemented Trump's status as a media personality, he never strayed far from the world of business and real estate. He continued to run his business empire, expanding his holdings and licensing his name for projects around the world. Trump also became increasingly vocal on political issues, often using his platform to criticize politicians and policies he disagreed with. His political views, once considered more moderate, shifted further to the right, aligning with the growing populist sentiment in the Republican Party. He often courted controversy with his outspoken remarks on issues such as immigration, trade, and foreign policy, earning both praise and condemnation from different segments of society. In the early 2010s, Donald Trump became a leading voice in the birther conspiracy theory. This theory falsely claimed that President Barack Obama wasn't born in the United States and, therefore, couldn't be president. Trump kept pushing this baseless theory, even though there was tons of proof that it wasn't true. This fueled racial tensions and made the political climate even more divided. Some people thought Trump's birtherism was just a publicity stunt. Others saw it as a way for him to gain support from the far right of the Republican Party and make himself look like a political outsider. His willingness to question the legitimacy of the first African-American president, combined with his growing popularity among conservative voters, hinted at his future political ambitions. By the mid-2010s, Donald Trump, once content with his business empire and media image, found himself at a crossroads. His successes in business and television had made him a well-known figure, but he felt he could achieve more. His interest in politics, fueled by growing dissatisfaction with the political establishment and a belief in his own ability to make America great again, intensified. He began to actively participate in political discussions and criticize the existing system. In 2015, he announced his candidacy for President of the United States, a decision that would have serious consequences for both his family and the country. It was a bold and unexpected decision that changed the political landscape. His entry into the race was initially met with skepticism and ridicule from many political experts who considered him an unlikely candidate with little chance of winning the Republican nomination. Many considered his campaign a joke. However, Trump, with his populist message, mastery of media manipulation, and ability to tap into the anxieties and frustrations of a segment of the electorate, defied expectations. He quickly gained popularity among voters who were looking for change. His campaign rallies drew huge crowds, energized by his promises to drain the swamp in Washington, D.C., and restore America to its former glory. These rallies became a symbol of his campaign and captured the attention of the entire nation. The Trump family's journey from its humble beginnings as immigrants to the peak of American power shows both the appeal and the complicated realities of the American dream. From Friedrich Trump's arrival at Ellis Island to Donald Trump's turbulent presidency, the family's path mirrored the evolution of American society, both its triumphs and its struggles. At the same time, the Trump family's rise to power also revealed deep divisions within American society, sparking heated debates about wealth inequality, social mobility, and the role of privilege in achieving success. These issues have become especially prominent in recent years. Trump's presidency, in particular, became a lightning rod for this tension, polarizing the nation along political, social, and cultural fault lines. His time in office was marked by both significant achievements and deep disagreements. As we reflect on the Trump family's story, one thing is for sure: their story is far from over. Their influence, for better or for worse, continues to shape political discourse, business practices, and cultural norms in the United States. What's next? Will they retain political power? Will they continue to exert influence in the political arena? Will their business empire withstand the scrutiny and challenges it faces? Only time will tell. Will they be remembered as a force for good or ill in American history? Their legacy will be judged in many different ways. One thing is certain, though: the Trump story, with its dramatic twists and turns, colorful personalities, and profound impact on American society, will continue to captivate and challenge us for generations to come. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to see more fascinating historical documentaries. Your support really helps us create new videos. Bye for now.